Hey guys, this is Agent Mindstorm, and welcome back to another seed video. Today I have a really cool seed with multiple witch huts and a very strange stronghold. Let's get right into it. The seed will be on screen now. Yup, the seed is randomness. Quite random if I do say so myself. Anyways, you'll spawn right here, which is, so right in this area, almost the bottom center of the world. And this is what you'll get in the bonus chest if you do decide to generate it. So it's not the best bonus chest, but definitely not the worst. And interestingly enough, you spawn in a very tiny plains biome. Like, it's actually a very nice spawn because you have a dark oak forest that way, you have desert and savanna that way, and you have ocean that way if you want to go to an ocean for some odd reason. And so here's the map of the world. As you can see, there's a mesa up there, which is quite interesting. But you probably clicked this video because you wanted to see 2 witch huts in one seed. Let's get straight to it. So basically, if you go east from spawn on your map, obviously, because on the map it shows you east, west, north, and south. So you'll come across this pretty large swamp in this section of the map right here. This is actually a pretty large swamp for what you normally find, and right here is your first witch hut, right at these coordinates just here. So yeah, your first witch hut is... So, by the way, guys, your 2 witch huts are, like, on opposite sides of the world here, so if you want to get, like, a dual witch farm, too bad. And, yeah, so this is a witch hut. You get everything you get in a witch hut, which would be, like, a cauldron, a flower pot if you want a flower pot because you're too lazy to get clay. Yeah, basically all of that, and maybe even a shelter if you're that desperate. And over here, at these coordinates just here, we also have pumpkins, just in case you do want those, because it's always nice to get pumpkins for possibly making pumpkin pie later in the game if you want pumpkin pie, which is actually quite a thing that no one really uses in Minecraft when you think about it. But anyways, let's get back to the seed. If you go kind of to the top center of the world, where I'm flying to right now, you will find the second witch hut, which is, as you can see, here's the swamp, and then there's the second witch hut, which is on the very edge of it, and it's actually in 2 biomes here. It's actually partly in a dark oak forest, and it's partly in the swamp. And so, yeah, these coordinates just here is where you'll find the second witch hut. And, yeah, so just same as the first witch hut, exactly the same. And there was a witch in here earlier when I generated this seed, but she seems to have despawned. So, also, if you keep heading west from the witch hut, you will find a huge mesa biome. And this is a very big mesa biome. It's almost strangely big because you don't really see mesas this large on console. I mean, you can see them taller than this, and there's no Mesa Bryce here, but it's a pretty... Like, you've got a lot of red sand to work with here. And you've also got a hilly savanna over there, so if you want to build your house on top of a mountain, you've got a perfect place here. Or you could try to build, like, some sort of ultimate bridge thing across here to there. You could do definitely something cool with that. And then if you head to nearly the very center of the world, almost at 0, 0. So as you can see right here, I've marked it. This is actually the stronghold at these coordinates just here, and now there's a very peculiar thing about this stronghold. As you can see, when I fall down here, I land on the silverfish spawner, which is the end portal room, which I'll get to in a second, but as you can see, this is where it is. And usually the Eyes of Ender lead you right above it, but these Eyes of Ender want to lead you over here instead of over there, which is actually a very strange thing for a stronghold, because I don't believe I've ever seen that before. Eyes of Ender not leading to where they're supposed to lead. So that's just one of the very strange stronghold things. Then there's 2 more interesting stronghold things to come. So first of all, 5 Eyes of Ender in a portal. I think it's about a 1 in 10 or 1 in 12 chance for 1 to spawn in 1 frame, and 5 in 1 end portal? Now that is pretty crazy if you ask me. So... yeah, amazing stronghold here. Amazing end portal spawn, but that's not where it ends. Because this stronghold actually has a huge tunnel, and right here, so if you kind of go out and then turn right, you will actually find a chest that has an ender pearl in it. So you can actually get another end portal, so you'll have, by the end of this, 6 Eyes of Ender, which is half the portal activated, without even doing anything. So, after that, let me show you the actual end, because there's not much of interest here. It's just like your average end. And let me get the ender pearls to do a little trick to teleport out, and that ender pearl is going to hit the ground and mess with me. There we go. Now, as I said before, this is pretty much an average end, except for a few things, which is that, first of all, the end portal in the center spawns with end stone in it, which is something I have not seen, and only part of it is actually filled with end stone, which I don't understand at all. And then also, if you come over here, there's like a few floating islands, so sort of an interesting end. Ends don't really have that much variation in them anyways, so it's still a pretty cool end for what it is. And then also, there are a few villages around the world that you may want to take note of. So first of all, just from spawn, kind of across this big lake river thing, you will find your first village at these coordinates just here. And there's nothing very good about this village, except unless you want a very tall well. And yeah, it does have a library, just in case you need books, and it also does have a priest tower, so you can get a priest to trade with. But that's about all this village holds, not much. But then if you go directly north from this village, yes, directly north, right past the stronghold that we went by earlier, so as you can see, literally lined up with each other, these two villages. So then right here, second village, very small, but every house is different, which is one very interesting thing about this village. Every single house is very different, plus the blacksmith. So obviously you get all the loot from here, and this blacksmith actually has 7 iron in it, an iron helmet, iron leggings, and a diamond. So that's actually a lot. That is a lot to find in one blacksmith chest, so very good blacksmith. And there's one more village in the southwest corner of the world, but it's not a very good village. It's just, there's nothing really there. Like, it's just a library if you need books. And yeah, guys, that's really about all the seed has to offer. So here is the village, as you can see, a farm. So I think this might actually be the first village with a farm. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it may be in this world. So yeah, that's all the seed has to offer. Multiple witch huts, a strange stronghold, and 3 villages, but there's also much more to discover, which I have not shown today. But for now, guys, I do want to tell you all. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.